Good morning. So this is Car Chronicles with Lauren, and welcome to the Low Life. So my name is Lauren Bass, and a lot of my friends feel like I should let more people know about my life philosophies. I am one of those people who go to the beat of my own drum. I live my life for me, and I'm not going to say unconventional, but at the same time, it's definitely more liberated for me and not everybody's cup of tea. Although I do have people who will tell me, I wish I could do what you're doing. So it's a very interesting concept that people don't feel like they can do what I do. But I have learned that I grew up being taught different philosophies than most people. So when I went to college, my mom used to always say, as long as you're single with no kids, do you. You single, you don't have no kids, do what's going to make you happy. Most people are taught, be responsible. Get a job, stay there, create stability. There's never any talk about being happy. There's never any talk about making sure that you feel good about where you are in your life. So no, I haven't always had job loyalty because I feel like the job need to be loyal to me in order for me to be loyal to the job. And we all know that not everybody paying people the correct wages or the best wages that they could be paying. A job don't have to give you a 2-week notice if they're going to let you go. Like, just always keeping in mind, if I give you my very best, when I'm ready to leave, I have no problem leaving because I know I didn't half-ass my job. I gave you everything that I could do. But it's just really, really interesting. I definitely enjoy living life to the fullest for me. And I do those things that make me happy. When it comes to relationships, if somebody's not making me happy, granted, it's not like I'm supposed to expect happiness all day, every day. It's effort. I can determine if you're putting in as much effort as you should be, or are you meeting my expectations? There is nothing wrong with having certain expectations that somebody has to meet because we all have expectations. Now, at some point you are supposed to let go of those expectations, etc., etc. I've heard the sermons, I've read the books, all of those things, but at the end of the day, if you are not putting forth the effort that I feel like you should be putting forth, it's a wrap. We could be friends, we don't have to know each other, it don't matter. It's a wide spectrum there, but at the end of the day, my happiness matters. And so even people like look at me when I start talking about family planning, and I get it so much. You shouldn't have kids. You shouldn't have kids. You're selfish. I can be selfish. I deserve to be selfish because this is my life. So I'll have kids when I'm ready to have kids. But at the end of the day, just because I become a mom doesn't mean I'm supposed to stop being Lauren. Doesn't mean that my goals get on the back burner. Doesn't mean that my ambition is supposed to die down. And it doesn't mean that my whole life is supposed to pour into these children. They are just an addition to my life. I'm going to pour into them, but I still have to maintain who I am. And that's how a lot of women, which we've seen in different interviews on YouTube, that's how a lot of women end up feeling later on in life unfulfilled because they stop thinking about them. They stop thinking about their partner, and they only thought about their kids. I don't plan on living my life that way. So one thing that I want to let a lot of people know, I want to spread the joy and spread the message that you deserve to be happy. Women, if you are single and no kids, do you. And it clicked to me why my mom had to specifically say single and no kids. Single because when you are in a relationship and you do have a partner, you have to take that person's feelings in mind. So like, I have a partner, I want to just leave my job and move to a whole nother state, it's going to impact that person. So thus, if you're single, you ain't got to do no checks and balances. Bounce, okay? Do you. And then with the no kids thing, yes, people always talk about how you can still move with kids, you can still live your life with kids. But you know what you also need to do? You need to pay attention to the environment that you're going to put them children in. What's that school system like? You know what I'm saying? What's that church home looking like? What's the quality of life going to look like if you move with kids? So you can't freely move around if you're in a relationship because you have to be considerate of somebody else. And you can't freely move around with kids because you have to keep them in mind. But if you are single with no kids, do you? You deserve to be happy. And being happy is not neglecting responsibility. By no means. If you be happy, that means you're just going to be so carefree that stability isn't important, responsibility isn't important. Like, none, it doesn't mean any of that. It just means that you put you first. And there's nothing wrong with that.